I told you guys not to do that. You scared the life out of me. What are you doing here? Oh, thank you very much. I got a friend who crawled through the window of my apartment with no announcement. What are you doing here? Oh, no, I know why you're here. Well, it must be the wonderful charm of this apartment, right? Huh? Over here, we got our trusty radiator. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And that pan of water underneath gives the place the musty smell we all love so much. Up here, we got the skylight to the street. Almost makes you forget it's a basement apartment. Hey, don't mind the cracks in the glass. That's what I call character. I'm sure you're used to the absence of expensive items around the place. Huh? Keeps people like myself out, right? Hey, look, don't laugh. Richard Balsam wants this apartment when I move out, so it can't be all that bad here. It's a good thing Tony isn't with me, because he'd run you all out of here. It's been a very fruitful evening. You're not going to believe all the stuff I got here. Very nice. I got myself a whole CD collection. Compliments to the place at the end of the street there. You know that place there? Thank you very much. Oh, look at this here. A digital recorder from the new office building down there. You know, the new place. Beautiful. This is my favorite right here. Look at this. You know what these are? These are weights. Yeah, go ahead, smack your lips while I'm holding them. You don't know what I had to go through to get these. I had to climb through 2 gated fences, up a 3rd-story balcony. You know, it's not easy doing what I do, I tell you what. But tonight was my favorite kind of job. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. The best kind of house to break into is one you've had a chance to study from the inside. You know what I'm talking about? Get in the place. Look around. For whatever legitimate reason, I don't care, deliver furniture. I'll give you an example. I painted the inside of a house over there on Oakland Boulevard. It's a very nice place there. But there was no security system. So they don't know that I came back while they was on vacation to see if the paint was drying out all right. You writing this stuff down, huh? Find a way to get in. You know, I don't care how. Write down all the crucial information you need to know, like how you're gonna get in, what you're gonna take with you. Do they have a dog? Very important. Or do the floors creak when you walk on them? You know, there's a lot of information up here, I tell you what. When I retire, I'm gonna write a how-to book. Yeah. You know what, I tell you what also, it doesn't bother me what I do. It's truly an art. I got a special job I love to rob in open sight, anyone at night. There's a secret way to leave your conscience free. Do what you wanna do, no responsibility. Blame it on another. Accuse the other. You gotta pin your sin if you wanna win on someone else, just not yourself. You see, it's not my fault. It's my inner child. You know, it's my parents, it's the government, it's the schools and the drugs, it's Prozac, it's my alarm clock. Blame it on another. Accuse the other. Jump on the gravy train. Be like me. Find a shortcut and avoid the pain. You better keep that Gucci purse and watch close to you, honey. It's not insanity. It's the way the world made me. Blame it on another. Accuse the other. Oh. And everybody who knows me knows who I love to blame. And the award goes to, you know who. is my Pop. Yeah, Pop wasn't horrible to me before he died. He was just never around, you know? Pop was one of those do for everyone else except your own family types. You know what I'm talking about? Other fathers are out there with a career, making some dough for the family. What's my Pop doing? He's out there running in charity races or working in a homeless shelter. Hello, excuse me, Pop. There's other things to do besides doing things for other people. I'll give you an example. Remember years ago we had the blizzard? The power outages all over town? What's my Pop doing? He's driving around town with cans of kerosene. How much is he selling them for? Nothing. What a boob. Pop, look at this here. I got enough silver here for $1,000. Took me 1 hour. It's not that I hated Pop. I just didn't like him very much. Pop, I used to have dreams about him all the time, you know, after he died. But now I don't dream about him at all. In fact, I don't dream. And that's fine with me. I mean, he was out there busting his tail for the other guy all the time. Where did it get him? Is the world a better place? Look at the world. Look at the neighborhood. There's not a teenager I don't know that hasn't been kicked out of school or does drugs or whatever. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. We're living in a superpowered world, this country here. We can do everything in this whole country here, but we can't even get the blacks and the whites to get along. Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot, sorry. All the computers and the technology and the whole world with everything it can do. But the whole world can't even stop 40,000 babies from dying every day with all its technology. Yeah. Every day, 40,000 babies die in this world because of no food, no clothing, no shelter. I seen it on CNN. Yeah. That means some baby is dying every 2 seconds in this wonderfully civilized world we're living in. A baby is dying right now. And there's another, and that's one there. More racial riots in the news today. Injustice for many won't carry weight. My cousin just bought a gun. He's only 12. His mother's been battered. They live in hell. I don't see a family with a dad to speak for. No one on my street goes to church no more. What reason do we have to care? The world is crap. It's no wonder that I'm a thief, because it's tit for tat. The world. But look at the world. It's going down the tubes. And everybody's out there just crying out for something. Some people like to have a drink to numb the pain. Purchase your drug of choice. It'll work the same. Pay money for a psychic call. It's your only friend. A lottery ticket that you just gotta win. Our favorite distractions, our pleasure zones, our prized possessions, and our fancy homes. Bury yourself in your work. It's beyond a doubt. We never will understand. We're crying out. Don't worry about it. Nobody listens anymore, and nobody cares. Oh, there's a few that claim that they do. There's a few out there with their heads in the clouds. I met this girl a couple days ago over there at Starbucks coffee shop. She got some crazy ideas about the world. She lives up in one of them houses over there in Briar Park. Very nice, by the way. They got meetings up there, apparently, every week to talk about some new religion. New religion. Like we need another one of those. Hey, look, don't get me started talking about religion, huh? We got people all over the place telling each other we're all going to hell, all because of their own criteria. We got people over there in the Middle East killing each other for religion in the name of God. Yeah, and here now, too. And the church on my block, you know, I go to church, by the way, and they talk about love. They talk about love, but the black people are too scared to attend. Must be all that love. Now, let me speak to Tony. This is Stuart. So I talked to this Mona, and they got these meetings. Tony, yeah, how you doing? This is Stuart. Listen, I'm going to go to that religious meeting I'm sure you're happy to hear. I was just telling some people here. Huh? Well, so what if I tell a couple people? Come on, Tony, come pick up your stuff. All right. So I talked to this Mona. And these meetings, anybody can come. They call these meetings fire meetings, firesides. Anybody can come. I told her, you know, it's perfect when you think about it. I'm going to go. It's more than perfect. It's beautiful. Them houses in Briar Park are so easy to get into. What are you looking at, huh? Well, you think I'm looking for religion? No. What I'm looking for are new electronics with no serial numbers. All right, how do I look? I got to get out of here. I'm going to go right now to this fireside and see if the floors creak.
Hello, this is Stuart. Please leave a message.
Hi, Stuart. This is Mona. Just wanted to let you know we had a really good time last night at the fireside. I'm glad you could make it. And we have some Bahá'ís coming over for dinner tomorrow night. My dad wanted me to invite you. So give us a call if you can make it, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.
Hello, Mona. Why don't you answer the phone, huh? I thought it might be Tony. I tell you what, he's been on my case. Is this limp very noticeable here? This is a result of man's best friend, a dog. I don't know why people can't have the cute little dogs around the house anymore. They got to have these big man-eaters. Did you hear that message? That was Mona. She said she called. I just can't believe that she actually called. I went to that fireside I was telling you about, remember? Went there expecting a certain type. And what I got was many types. I ain't never seen such a group of people. We're all different shapes and colors and sizes and backgrounds. And everybody just all getting along with no drugs involved. Yeah, I walked in the place there. There was some Spanish people there. There was some black people, an interracial couple, Chinese people. There was Mona and her father. They're from Iran. I mean, the whole place looked like an ad for Benetton Colors. Everybody just kept smiling at me, you know? I felt like I was representing Brooklyn at the Olympics over there. Don't get me wrong, it was very nice, you know, it was very clean and decked out. And there was a few worthy items to come back for. I got a little sample here for Tony. Huh? What do you think of that? Don't worry, nobody noticed me taking it. They was all watching the speaker. The speaker was talking about wiping out prejudice and men and women being equal. You know, I tell you something about this religion. It doesn't compete with other religions. It believes that all of the religions are all combined together, you know, all like one religion but lined up in sequence, like a trilogy. Yeah. This is just to show you I was paying attention. I was also paying attention to the $4,000 Persian rug I was sitting on, wondering how I'm going to get that out the window. There was this little kid there, you know, at the fireside. He was like about 11 years old. He comes over to me, starts talking to me, making friends with me. He had sort of dark skin, you know, so I asked him, I said, "Kid, are you black or white?" He takes a bite of his apple. He says, "Does it matter?" This kid, you know, he's teaching me a thing or two. But he was polite, you know, don't get me wrong. At the end of the meeting, they asked that kid to read a prayer for the group. He comes over to me again. He says, "Stuart, I don't want you to feel left out. Why don't you look at this prayer book and you can read along?" So I did what he said. You know, I opened up the prayer book to the spot, and I read along as he prayed out loud. Oh God, refresh and gladden my spirit. Purify my heart. Illumine my powers. I lay all my affairs in thy hand. Thou art my guide and my refuge. I will no longer be sorrowful and grieved. I will be a happy and joyful being. Oh God, I will no longer be full of anxiety, nor will I let trouble harass me. I will not dwell on the unpleasant things of life. Oh God, thou art more friend to me than I am to myself. I dedicate myself to thee, O Lord. When that kid finished reading that prayer, I thought to myself, you know, it was a pretty nice prayer. And when he was done, there was a guy about my age who talked to the group about how this religion, Baha'i faith, answers the prophecies of the religions before. And some other stuff. Look, I want you guys to know that I did not steal this prayer book. All right? I took some time to look through it. Not that I care. Have you ever pretended like your life was a movie? You know what I'm talking about? Like you're in the movie, you're watching yourself, you're watching yourself up on a big screen. You're yelling stuff at the screen at yourself, you know, like, don't open that door. Watch out. You idiot. If I was watching myself in a movie, I would want to fast forward to the end and find out who had all the right answers. You know, who was doing what was supposed to be done? Who knew the truth? I'm absolutely convinced that my life is like a treasure hunt. You know, I'm going to find the truth someday. You know, I know some people are going to find it before me, and I know some people are going to find it after. But no one is just going to tell me what's true and what isn't. And the people at that meeting, they didn't do that. They had class. They didn't push. Everything they said was just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, though. It's all too good to be true. Somebody must be selling something. Huh? That's what I thought, until some guy stood up, offered to give some money to the Bahá'ís. But the Bahá'ís wouldn't take it because he wasn't a Bahá'í. It's a privilege among them Bahá'ís. Let me tell you about Mr. Rouhani. Mr. Rouhani. He was something else, you know. He was the host, you know. He was walking around with tea, giving out tea to everybody. He was tall, you know. He had salt and pepper hair. He looked like Cary Grant. Oh, yeah, he was walking around. I had my eyes on some goods on the wall. There was this whole display of African artifacts, beautiful stuff. There was a statue about this big, all hand-carved out of wood. I know I could fence it at the south side over there. Mr. Rouhani noticed me looking at his stuff. So I had to look a little less obvious. He said that all the stuff on the wall was from Kenya, Africa. And that little statue, it was something he called the unity statue, because it was like all the pieces of wood were like the unity of mankind. You know what he said? He's going to be moving to Kenya. I asked him, I said, well, you know some people there? What, they got a job lined up or something? He says he's going to go all the way there to tell people about Baha'i faith. He's going to go all the way down there. He says, all I need to know about any place is there's people there who don't yet know about Bahá'u'lláh. He's going to go all the way down there, quit his job here, going to move all the way down there, take his family down. It's a little over the edge, if you ask me. You know what? Mr. Rouhani and I were definitely having one of them silent conversations. You know what I'm talking about? A silent conversation, like you pretend like you're talking about the unity statue, but you're not really talking about that. You're talking about something else, silently. And he had me pegged. Yeah, he knew who I was. Mr. Rouhani and I, we talked quite a while, silently. No man, except Pop, has ever talked to me like he cared about what I was doing or where I was going. And no man has ever kissed me on both cheeks. Let's keep that our little secret, all right? You know, I tell you something about this religion. If this is true, then this is more than religion, you know? It's like science. It's like fact. It's who we are. And it's just too heavy for me to go believe in something like that. I'm sorry. You know, it's just too tempting to go poking holes in this religion. Who can trust impossibility? Utopia seems far away to me. But what if it were true? This beauty before my eyes. What if this were real? A new day has arrived. Once I heard we shouldn't fall asleep. A tiny bird wants to awaken me. So what if this were true? This most holy wake-up call. What if this were real? One religion for us all. Who am I to deserve such a break? They say it's medicine for all humanity. So what if this were true? I can't help but doubt. What if this were real? Don't let me miss out. Hello? Oh, Tony. Tony, listen to me for a second. Let's not move on that religious house just yet. No, I gotta go back there. There's something golden in that house. Hello, excuse me. Wake up already. Come on, you're drooling all over my couch. It's 12 noon. The sun is coming through the window here. Just talk to me for just a second and tell me I'm not going crazy. I'm losing my mind. I've been up all night reading about this Baha'i faith. I got to talk to somebody. I took home some books to find some lunacy somewhere. Everything I'm finding is good. Look at this here. This is called The Hidden Words of Bahá'u'lláh. It's just little small passages. O son of spirit, noble have I created thee. Yet thou hast abased thyself. Rise then unto that for which thou wast created. This is from God. You know, I'm looking at myself very differently, you know. I'm not just some rat hanging on to a piece of wood in the middle of the ocean, hating everything. Life is not for coping. Life is for growing. With all the experiences, even the bad ones, especially the bad ones. And there's so much more to tell you, too. You know all the prophets that you heard about from different religions? You know, like Buddha, Krishna, Muhammad, Moses, Christ. These are all from the same place. You see where I'm going with this? God is not competing with himself. And there's a new prophet from God. And his name is Bahá'u'lláh. And he's a prophet from God for this age. Can you believe the plan of God is to guide humanity? Can you believe the pain we feel is to make us stronger? Can you believe Bahá'u'lláh? Can you believe the world is one country and mankind its citizens? Can you believe there's harmony in science and religion? Can you believe the search for truth is our obligation? Can you believe Bahá'u'lláh? Can you believe Baha'is are found in every remote part of the world? Look, can you believe that all over the world right now, on every continent, there's these big, beautiful buildings with 9 doors all around them. And all these buildings, you know, they represent all the peoples to come together and worship one God. Can you believe that they're all over the world now, and one day they're going to be in every city, everywhere? Can you believe there will be kids who will live without prejudice or war? Can you believe religion should be the cause of love and unity? Can you believe Bahá'u'lláh? Can you believe the world is one country and mankind its citizens? Can you believe there's harmony in science and religion? Can you believe the search for truth is our obligation? Can you believe Bahá'u'lláh? Can you believe the world is one country and mankind its citizens? Can you believe Bahá'u'lláh? This second meeting I went to, it was altogether different than the first. There was only 4 people there. So I decided to be real casual and ask all kinds of embarrassing questions. But you know what? They answered them all with dignity. And the more answers I got, the more I was standing in all these truths. I cannot wait to call the Baha'is and tell them that I'm finally getting it. But I can't do that. I can't call the Baha'is. I can't call Mona. I blew it. I absolutely blew it. You're not going to believe this. After the meeting, I went to Tony's house. Big mistake. Tony, you know, he didn't want to hear about the Baha'i faith. He wanted to go back and finish the job that we started. So before I knew it, we were back in his truck, and we went back to the Rouhanis at 3 a.m. And we were picking their lock. We were robbing their house. Tony, you know, he went through the house grabbing whatever he could find. He looked like a greedy little night animal. I'm no better. I wanted to crawl under a rock. The tea that they served us earlier was still warm there. Oh, Tony, he's going over the house, grabbing things, stuffing them in his bag. All I could do, I couldn't do nothing. All I could do was stand there and stare at the Unity statue. Oh, Tony grabbed that too and put it in his bag. He knew better than to ask me to grab anything, I tell you that. I went out the back door and I fell down the steps. I could hardly pick myself up. I yelled at Tony all the way home. I told him we're never doing this again. We got in such a bad argument, we had to pull the truck over. He got out of the truck. I left him there. I did something I'd never done before. I returned all the stuff. I did. I drove back to Rouhani's. I don't care. I put it on the porch. It was dark. Nobody could see me. I don't care. I'm done with this, and I put all my tools in there, too. Nobody is going to tell me to do this no more. And if Tony calls me, I'll give him a piece of my mind. Who's that? That's Mr. Rouhani. Oh, that's Mr. Rouhani. What's he doing here? He knows what I did. Well, he knows I'm here. All right, I gotta face him. Don't say nothing, all right? It was Mr. Rouhani. He hugged me. He gave me this. And there's a letter. Bahá'u'lláh, he's what you're looking for. Open your eyes, open the door. He knows of all that you've endured. Bahá'u'lláh, he's overwhelming. I know who he is and why he came. Open my eyes so I can see the promised one, King of kings, Lord of lords. It's the Unity statue. You've been around all the time. How could my heart have been so blind? Bahá'u'lláh, I just don't feel worthy to carry your name, although I see that deep down there is nobility in me. I saw you that time. You did not scare me. No, I'm glad you're here. It's perfect. I'm glad you're here. I got something to show you. Look at this here. That's one. Huh? Here's two. I got a VCR on here, too. Plays DVDs. I did not steal it, all right? I work for Blockbuster. Look, I want you guys to know that Blockbusters took note of my abilities to install security systems. Yeah, all over the region. It was either that or my special charm, greeting people at the door. When you work for Blockbuster, somebody walks in the door, you're supposed to stop what you're doing and say, hello. I took it over the edge. Somebody walks in the door, I say, hello, nice shirt you're wearing. On the day of my promotion. I was so excited. Somebody walked in the door and I said, I love you. Look, I want you guys to know that I deserve this promotion, huh? I gave up all my bad habits since becoming a Baha'i 3 months ago. There's so much to tell you, too. I got to tell you all these things. Where you been? I went with the Baha'is last month, and we marched in the Martin Luther King parade. And afterwards, we talked to the crowd about race unity. You should have been with me. There's so much to tell you. I've been reading all these books. Mr. Rouhani, he keeps giving me these books. He gave me this book the other day. He gave me a wink. You're not going to believe the name of this book. It's called Thief in the Night. It's a real book. It's about a guy's search for truth. You know, I got to tell you, too. You're not going to believe this. I had a dream about Pop. I haven't had a dream about Pop in years. It was there. It was in my dream. He was building. He had his hammer and his levels, and he was building. You could see something. He was off in the distance. You could definitely see that he was working on one of them Baha'i houses of worship. You know, with the 9 doors all around it. I yelled out to him. I said, Pop, you know the Baha'is? I've been a Baha'i for 3 months. I didn't think he heard me, but he turned around and he gave me one of them wonderful smiles. It was a good dream. You know who else was in a dream? Mr. Rouhani was there. They was together, building and working together. I know that, I can't believe that Mr. Rouhani, he leaves for Kenya tomorrow. I cannot believe it's been 3 months. And I had this dream. I figured it out because last night I opened up this box of Pop stuff. I could never open this box before. I was just too angry. It's the meager sweater you used to wear to keep you warm, 'cause you gave your good coat to a stranger. It's the famous waste of time, your fishing hat that you never wore. You never had time to go. You went and gave yourself to people and served them all for free. Oh, Pop, I hope there's some of you in me. Only you and I know you overpaid the farmer's fee to give them more profit for their families. And when Mr. Thompson lost his wife and was left alone, you moved him into our home. You were a friend to all and lent an ear and gave them dignity. Oh, Pop, I hope there's some of you in me. You were a friend to all and lent an ear and gave them dignity. Oh, Pop, I hope there's some of you in me. Who wants free kerosene? That's my pop. Hello, is Mona there? Oh, I'm sorry, this is Stuart. Yeah, I gotta tell her something about something that happened to me last night. Well, I'm sorry, is Mr. Rouhani there? What? No, I did not know he has a heart condition. No, it's all right. Just please call me if there's anything I can do. Mr. Rouhani died last night. I can't believe he's gone. The family's making the arrangements. I can't believe he's gone. He was going to go to Kenya tomorrow. Did you know that he pioneered before? He did. He took his family. He left his native country. He went all the way to Bolivia to start it from scratch. Mr. Rouhani, he never cared about himself. All he cared about was other people. And telling people about the Baha'i faith. Did you know he started a school there? He did. I know it's there today still. Mr. Rouhani. You never know when you last talk to somebody. Mr. Rouhani said that he was a farmer giving out the fruits of Bahá'u'lláh. You know, like he was giving out the teachings. I never seen one man so capable of giving out so much love to so many people. I mean, not only does he give me his love and his trust, but he gives back to me the statue that I stole from him. Mr. Rouhani, please take care of my pop. You're gone. Swiftly your life set in. With your love, you loved us without end. And the fruits of his work will be known. What can I do to to assist. As a Baha'i, you were working for mankind. All your plans and dreams, they don't have to end. And the fruits of his work will be known. What can I do to assist? Richard Balsam. Yeah, how you doing? This is Stuart. Listen to me for a second. How would you like to take over my apartment? Yeah, I'm gonna be moving out. Well, I'm gonna move to Kenya. No, I don't know anything about Kenya. Listen here, all I need to know about any place is there's people there who don't yet know about Bahá'u'lláh. Bahá'u'lláh, he's overwhelming. I know who he is and why he came. Open my eyes so I can see all the fruits of his life that are known, and the fruits of his life will be shared, and the fruits of his teachings will be spread around the world. What can I do to assist? I'm gonna do all I can. I'm gonna live my life to see that this is done.